All right, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Yo, what's going on, Janelle? Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, a lot of action. Big college slate today, guys. Big NHL slate. Pretty good NBA slate today. Not really getting involved with college basketball today. Just so many other things going on. Probably going to stay away from that. What's going on, BZ? What's going on, Brian? Yeah, a lot to go over. Got some nice wins last night. Hit a crazy teaser in NBA. I did a teaser on the whole NBA slate. Cashed that. That was fun. But yeah, I mean, we crushed it. We went perfect in NHL yesterday. And NBA, we pretty much almost went perfect. Denver lost, but I mean, God, we just pretty much swept the board last night. So yeah, great day yesterday. Got some good matchups today here. Knicks and Hornets. Both teams coming off a back-to-back. Knicks are a 6.5 point road favorite. 83% of that money on the Knicks minus 6.5 today. Yeah, Denver hurt a lot of people. It was a tough loss. Pelicans played well. But yeah, everybody's on the Knicks today. Not 81% of the money coming in on the Knicks Knicks money line today. I do like the Knicks. I mean, man, they looked really good yesterday. Timberwolves and Pelicans. Catching Pelicans on a back-to-back. 57% of the money is on the Pelicans here, but Minnesota, they've been dominant against the Pelicans. That's why they're road favorites. Coming off a bad loss to the Suns. 67%. I mean, everyone's on the Pelicans today. Not sure I'm in love with that. Yo, Bradley, what do you think about Michigan and Georgia? I'm thinking they both cover. I think so too. It's hard to bet against Michigan or Georgia. It really is. Took Houston and Buffalo. Oh, that was sad. I mean, Houston got the cover with the spread. If you took Houston on the spread, plus 7.5, 8.5, I think that was a lock. Yeah, then Buffalo, that was unfortunate. Grizzlies and Spurs. This one's a tough one today. Two teams that are underperforming. You got 97% of the money on the Spurs plus 3 today at home, which I think is a great value. 97% of the money on that over 225.5. And then 51% of the money on the Grizzlies money line today. I don't know. Spurs at home, I think it's a good underdog play. I really do. And Grizzlies, no Marcus Smart. They're missing tons of people. So I think Spurs at home are solid today. Bucks and Mavs, probably the best matchup on the slate. 93% of the money on the Mavs plus 2.5 today. 55% on that over 245. 51% of the money on the Mavs money line. I mean, you already know we're rolling Mavs here. Bucks coming off a big win yesterday, coming off a back-to-back though. So we're going to see. Will definitely be a battle. The biggest test the Bucks have had all season, playing a good team. So we'll see how well the Bucks play at home. You like the Spurs at home? Yeah, I do. I do too as well. Heat and Bulls. 76% of the money on the Heat minus 2.5. 73% of the money on that over 212.5. 84% of the money on the Heat money line. Yeah, we've seen the Bulls. I mean, back-to-back losses to the Magic. This Bulls team is a mess, and Heat are hot right now. I think it's like a 6-game winning streak for the Heat. I mean, they're on fire right now. Thunder and Warriors with the last game on the slate. 87% of the money on the Thunder minus 1 today. 61% of the money on that under 233.5. And then you're looking at the public is on the Thunder money line today. Curry's still questionable. It's still way too early. We'll see whenever that news gets released. It is an 8:30 game, but yeah. Remember, Thunder beat the Warriors a couple games ago, so we're gonna see what the Warriors look like. But man, Klay Thompson been absolutely horrible, and they just have not looked good. The injuries are killing them. No Draymond, so Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably still roll with the Thunder. Thunder are playing well. And then we'll check the pro report. All right, guys, we got sharp action on the Spurs +3 today. We have sharp action on the Hornets +7, but big money coming in on Knicks -6.5. Sharp money coming in on the Bulls +2.5. Sharp money on the Warriors +1.5. Sharp money on the Timberwolves -6. And we got big money on the Mavs +2.5, but the sharps are on the Bucks -2 at home. For the totals, we got the sharp action. It actually looks like every game the sharps are on the under in every matchup tonight, except for the Mavs game. So that's interesting. And then for the money lines, we've got big money coming in on the Pelicans money line tonight. The model of the site, it likes the Hornets at home. We'll see. That's a risky play, I think. The model likes the Bulls at home today. We got big money on the Grizz money line. And that's all the info given for those matchups. NHL. We'll go to the public betting first. NHL, we've got Golden Knights and Flyers. 97% of the money coming in on the Flyers +1.5. 66% of the money coming in on that over 5.5. And then 59% of the money on the Golden Knights money line. Blackhawks and Predators. 88% of the bets are on the Blackhawks +1.5. 97% of the money on that over 6. 92% of the money on the Blackhawks money line. I think Blackhawks are a good underdog today. Both teams playing poorly. I could definitely see this as a winnable game for the Blackhawks on the road. Getting big plus money too, which I think is kind of crazy. Oilers and Lightning. 95% of the money on the Oilers -1.5. 53% of the money on that under 7. And then 95% of the money on the Oilers money line. Coyotes and Jets. 57% of the bets are on the Coyotes +1.5. 79% of the money on, or 79% of the bets are on the over 6.5. And then 98% of the money on the Coyotes money line. Islanders and Flames. We got 96% of the money on the over 5.5. And then 68% of the money coming in on the Flames money line. Canadians and Bruins. 91% of the bets are on the Bruins -1.5. 86% of the money on the under 6.5. And then 95% is on the Bruins. So pretty unanimous on the Bruins today. Rangers and Devils. 69% of the money on the Devils +1.5 today. 69% of the money, or of the bets, are on the under 6.5. But 96% of the money on the Rangers money line on the road. Penguins and Hurricanes. It's a 50-50 on the spread right now. We got 95% of the money on the over 6.5. And then 75% of the money coming in on the Penguins money line. Blue Jackets and Capitals. 98% of the money on the Blue Jackets +1.5. And then 99% of the money on the Blue Jackets money line today. And then Avalanche Stars, you got 82% of the money coming in on Colorado money line. Rangers money line. Yeah, no, I like Rangers as well. Kraken and Canucks. 61% of the money on the over 6.5. And then 82% of the money coming in on the Canucks money line. Expected between the pipes. Nice. Blues and Kings. We got the under 6.5. 92% of the money is on that. And then 52% of the money on the Kings money line. And then Wild and Senators. Which that game's actually already started. Very early game today. It's looking like the public is on the Wild tonight. And we'll go to the pro report. Start out with the spreads. Whatever info's available, which there isn't much. So we got big money on the Oilers -1.5. And unfortunately, there's no other pro reports for the spreads. But over under Bruins game, we got sharp action and big money on that under 6.5. We got sharp action and big money on the over 6.5 in the Wild game that already started. Big money coming in on the over 5.5 in the Vegas game. Sharp action coming in on that under 6.5 in the Predators game. Sharp action coming in on the over 6.5 in the Oilers game. Sharp action coming in on the over 6.5 in the Coyotes game. Sharp action on the over 5.5 in the Islanders game. Sharp action on the Rangers over 6.5. Big money coming in on the over 6.5 in the Penguins game. Sharp action on that over 6 in the Colorado game. Big money on the under 6.5 in the Canucks game. Blues and Kings, we got sharp action on that over 6.5, but big money coming in on the under 6.5. Yo, what's going on, Junior? And then we'll go to money line here. We've got big money coming in on the Penguins money line. We got sharp action coming in on the Blue Jackets money line. Sharp action on the Flyers money line. Big money on the Blackhawks money line, but the sharps are on the Preds. Sharp action on the Oilers money line. Big money coming in on the Coyotes money line. Sharp action on the Flames money line today. Big money on the Avalanche. Sharp action on the Kraken. Sharp action on the Wild. Big money on the Rangers today, but the sharps are on the Devils. Big money coming in on the Blues, and then the sharp action on the Kings money line. And that's it for the NHL. And then college football. A lot of good matchups. I'll go over pretty much the top 25 here. And then any other game you guys recommend. Oh. Yeah, a lot of good noon matchups today. Some good ranked ones. Michigan, Maryland at noon. 57% of the money on Maryland plus 18.5. The lines I actually have seen dropped. It's dropped to like 17.5. 91% of the money on the under 51.5. And then 93% of the money on Maryland money line. Don't think Maryland's pulling off the upset. Canucks, Bruins, Rangers, and Heat plus 633. I like it. I mean, those are very good odds too. Oklahoma, BYU. 70% of the money on Oklahoma minus 25.5. 70% of the money on that over 57.5. 73% of the bets are on Oklahoma money line. Penn State and Rutgers. We got 52% of the money on Rutgers plus 20. 83% of the money on that under 40.5. And then 53% of the money on Rutgers money line. Bama playing Chattanooga. 80% on Bama minus 44. And then 99% of the bets are on the over 53.5. They should have, 44. I feel like they should be able to dominate Chattanooga. We're just going to see. We're going to see. These games are always tricky. Ole Miss, 36.5 point favorites. 69% of the money on Monroe plus 37.5. 92% of the money on that under 62.5. 52% of the money coming in on Monroe money line. I mean, that'd be crazy if Monroe did pull the upset. Tulane and Florida Atlantic. 52% of the money on Tulane minus 8. 72% of the money on the under 47.5. And then 71% of the money on Tulane money line today. Navy, East Carolina. Only the one thing to note with this game, it's one of the lowest, or if not the lowest over-under of the day, sitting at 30.5. Both teams struggling to score. 91% on that under 30.5. If you like taking some shots with some low-scoring games, that is the lowest of the day. Louisville, Miami, another good noon matchup. 69% of the money on Miami plus 1.5. I'm seeing Miami listed as the home favorite, though, on most sites. So Miami's been like a -1 favorite. 60% of the money on that under 46.5. 79% of the money are on Miami at home. We'll see if it's a trap game. But I mean, Louisville, a lot on the line. Miami, they're not really playing for much. Maybe a bowl game. And I don't know. Louisville as an underdog on the road seems kind of crazy to me, and I'm going to ride that all day. UMass Liberty trying to keep their undefeated season alive. They're 25.5 point road favorites. 55% of the money on UMass plus 26. 61% of the money on under 63.5. And then 94% of the money on UMass money line, which would be an insane upset. Yeah, Munchie, Thursday was crazy with Joe Burrow being hurt. That was crazy. Luckily I had a risk-free bet going on, but I had Mark Andrews and Burrow on that ticket. Luckily it was a risk-free one, so I got my money back. But man, that was just unfortunate for anyone that had Mark Andrews and for anyone that had Burrow. Yeah, I saw the reports of he got off the bus or the team bus or whatever with a cast or wrap around his arm, or not his arm, his hand. And so he was actually coming into that matchup hurt, and they didn't announce it. And so it'd be dope if you could get your money back, because I know a lot of people bet on Joe Burrow. A lot of people bet on the Bengals too, and that false information out there. So that was kind of crazy that happened. The lock for the 9 a.m. games. Yo, Gage, I'm guessing you mean the 12 o'clock games, which I guess you're probably, East Coast? Or West Coast? I don't even know. A lock. There's no locks. I feel like Michigan should dominate. Oklahoma should dominate. Throw them in some parlays here. Bama should dominate. I like Louisville as an underdog on the road. Contact Dave Portnoy. Yeah, no, I did see that. I did see that TikTok. That was actually pretty funny. Ole Miss should put up a lot of points. That over could probably hit. Tulane on the road. They're playing great. I do like Tulane. Yeah, a lot of good noon action today. Game day is in James Madison today. They're undefeated. 73% of the money on James Madison minus 9.5. 59% of the money on that over 57. And then 79% of the money on James Madison money line today. Utah, Arizona, a good ranked matchup here. 74% of the money on Arizona minus 1. 62% of the money on the over 46.5. 77% of the money coming in on Arizona money line. That'll be a good one. I think Utah's a good underdog on the road today. Let's see. Illinois and Iowa, another low over-under. If you watch Iowa games, they are very painful to watch because neither team can... Any team that plays Iowa can just not score either. So those games are always crazy. I think the under... Everyone's going to be on the under because the Iowa under games, they barely get 20 points as a team. So that'll probably be another low-scoring affair. Georgia, Tennessee, big ranked matchup. 76% of the money on Georgia minus 9.5. 65% of the money on the under 58.5. And then 52% of the money on Georgia money line today. We'll see. Does anyone think Georgia's going to get dethroned? Finally take their first loss? I don't know. It's going to be tough. Tennessee looked pretty bad against Missouri last week. Got slaughtered. Now they face Georgia. They're going to have to really rebound. Wake Forest, Notre Dame. Sam Hartman's revenge game against his old team. They're 24.5 point favorites. 60% of the money is on that spread. 88% of the money on the over 46.5. And then 89% of the bets are on Notre Dame money line. USC and UCLA. 57% of the money on UCLA +6. 81% of the money on that over 62.5. And then 96% of the money on UCLA money line today. Clemson, UNC, a very interesting matchup. 69% of the money on UNC +7.5. Getting a touchdown and a half on the road, or a touchdown in the hook on the road, which is kind of crazy to me. 90% of the money on the over 59. But 96% of the money is on UNC money line today. A really good underdog, I think. And the +7.5, which I love. Minnesota, Ohio State. 72% of the money on Ohio State -28. 92% of the money on the under 52. And then 83% of the money on Minnesota money line. I mean, of course, the money's on Minnesota because people just don't want to see Ohio State make it to the playoffs. So that's why the money's on Minnesota. Oklahoma State and Houston. 72% of the money on Houston +6.5. 90% of the money on that under 58. And then 98% of the money on Houston money line. Yeah, remember last week, Oklahoma State put up 3 points against UCF after beating Oklahoma the week before. So that was just a weird game last week. Big money on Auburn today, minus the spread and money line. Oregon, Arizona State. 55% of the money on Arizona State +24.5. 52% of the money on the over 53.5. And then 99% of the money on Oregon money line. Who you got? Michigan State versus Indiana. Let's see. They were up here. I mean, Michigan State, Indiana. I mean, you look, 78% of the money is on Michigan State +3.5. 84% of the money on that under 47. And then 77% of the money on Michigan State. So everyone's on Michigan State today, plus the points and money line. So if that helps you there. Yeah, I'm not betting. I would not really interested in betting on non-top 25 matchups because they're just so volatile. Let's see. Florida State, they play North Alabama. 48-point spread. I don't know. I know that I'm sure they're going to murder them, but 48 points. I don't know. Maybe I'll take a shot with North Alabama. If they can just get like a touchdown, I think they might be able to cover. Kansas State, Kansas, another ranked matchup here. 79% of the money on Kansas -10. 84% of the money on the over 57.5. And then 73% of the bets are on Kansas State money line. Remember, the Kansas quarterbacks are banged up. Bean left the game last game, got hurt. Still don't know if he's playing or not. But Kansas State, they've been dominant against Kansas. Let's see. A lot of people on South Carolina today. Florida, Missouri. Missouri's hot right now. Big Tennessee win. 82% of the money is on Florida +10.5. 86% of the money on the over 57.5. And then 61% of the money coming in on Missouri money line. Yeah, Missouri playing well. I like Missouri at home. Florida's just been a disappointment this year. They really have. Washington, Oregon State. That's probably the best, if not the best matchup of the day here. Undefeated Washington. 73% of the money on Oregon State -1 today. 68% of the money on the over 62. Then 78% of the money coming in on Oregon State money line. We'll see. Crazy you're getting Washington as an underdog today. I love Washington on the road. We'll see. This could ruin their season if they lose. Can they be undefeated still? Oregon State's good. They're a very good team. But Washington State on the road, plus money. Gotta love that. If they're undefeated, they're going to take care of business here. But we'll see. Vegas loves Oregon State today. Texas, Iowa State, another big game for Texas. 61% of the money on Iowa State plus 7.5. 56% of the money on the under 56.5. And then 78% of the money coming in on Iowa State money line. Another sneaky game. Iowa State playing well. They have a pretty good defense. And Texas lost their starting running back last game, tore his ACL. We're going to see how much that affects the offense. I know they're getting Quinn Ewers back at quarterback, which is good. So we're going to see what happens. Georgia State, LSU. Pretty much a cupcake game for LSU. They should be able to destroy Georgia State here. Washington going to get ran on all game. I mean, true, but Oregon State's going to get thrown on all game. So both sides. It's going to be both sides there. But in a game like that, so I mean, their whole season's on the line. I'm going to trust, you know, probably one of the best quarterbacks in the country with Penix, and I think they'll be all right. That's pretty much it for all the ranked matchups. Yeah, great slate today. A lot of good matchups. Got a big NFL slate tomorrow as well. Yeah, I think Knicks are a good play today against the Hornets. Pelicans on a back-to-back. I think Timberwolves are a decent play today. Grizzlies and Spurs. I mean, that was just a horrible game right there. But Spurs plus money at home is intriguing. Mavs and Bucks will be a tough game. I mean, this two elite teams. We're gonna see what happens there. Heat and Bulls. Bulls are just a mess. Back-to-back games, losses to the Magic. We'll see if the Heat can capitalize on that. Thunder and Warriors. We'll see if Curry plays. I know Curry was out last game, so we'll see if Curry ends up actually playing. NHL. Good NHL slate today. Hoping Vegas gets a nice win. They've kind of been, I don't know, disappointing here lately. Blackhawks, I think, are a good. I think Chicago's a good underdog today. Getting big plus money here. I don't know. I could definitely see them winning in Nashville today. Everyone on the Oilers today. 99% of the money on the Coyotes money line today, which is very crazy that all the money's on Coyotes. Calgary and Islanders. Yeah, you're looking at people on the Flames here. Islanders they're on a horrible losing streak right now. So we're going to see what the Islanders can do if they can get out of their funk. Canadians and Bruins. A lot of people on the Bruins today. They're playing great. Rangers and Devils. Yeah, 94% of the money on the Rangers money line today. So, yeah. Penguins and Hurricanes. A lot of people on the Penguins money line today. They are a decent underdog on the road. Blue Jackets and Capitals. 99% of the money on the Blue Jackets money line today, which is crazy. Avalanche Stars. 72% of the money is on Colorado tonight. Kraken Canucks. 74% of the money is on Vancouver money line today. Blues and Kings. A lot of 88% is on the Blues money line. Then the Wild and Senators. That game's already going on now with the early 11 a.m. start time. Not really betting college basketball today. There's just so much other stuff going on. I I think there is, I don't know. I think there was like 2 ranked matchups today. I forget who was even playing ranked wise for college basketball, but I don't think it's, yeah. If you want to bet on college basketball, I mean, there's a lot of college on today. I feel like college football is it's hard to be betting on college basketball when you got a full college football slate on. It really is. And you got NBA and NHL. So it's definitely the back burner of sports on a full slate today. And guys, I'll just let you know too. Probably tomorrow. If not, if I can't get it done tomorrow, or it'll be this week. But I am gonna have a Discord premium service, which now that I pretty much do this full time, I can dedicate more time to it. It's a lot of work, but gonna have a Discord where I will post plays in there, and I will start doing these live streams in there as well for you guys as a perk, to show you guys the betting percentages and stuff. So I'm gonna start doing that in those videos as opposed to live stream videos. And so yeah, that's going to be in the Discord here soon, here in the next day or so. And it is going to be a monthly subscription. And I thought about the price. A lot of work to maintain, which you guys might not understand, but running a Discord is a lot of work. And it takes a lot of time. And I looked at what most cappers are charging, which is, it's saying they're charging like 50, 60, up to like $200 a month, which is crazy. Just gonna go $10. I think that's very fair. And we're gonna get a lot of winners. We win almost every day. We'll have 1 or 2 horrible days on a week, but we usually get some big wins every day. But yeah, if you guys are interested in that, that'll be dope. I might have that up tomorrow. That's gonna be big, and I'll start posting most of my plays in there. I'm going to stop doing the free parlay videos. I'm still going to do my normal pick videos, but my free parlay ones, I'm going to start actually putting my real plays in the Discord, the stuff I'm actually betting on, stuff I'm live betting on as well. So a lot of the stuff behind the scenes, which is a lot of stuff I hit too. So if you guys want to get in the Discord and join, I'll probably have that all set up hopefully by tomorrow. But if not, by like Monday or so. So, yeah, we got that in the works. Yeah, big NFL slate tomorrow, which we'll cover that tomorrow. But yeah, quick recap here before we get off. A lot of good action today. Want to get ready for it. Quick recap. I like the Knicks. I like Minnesota here. They've been dominant against the Pelicans. Pelicans on a back-to-back. I like the Spurs at home. Not that I like the Spurs. It's just the Grizzlies are very bad. The Spurs plus money at home. I think a lot of the public is on Spurs. I like the Mavs. We'll see. It'll be a tough test for the Mavs. And we'll see the Bucks coming off a big win yesterday. The public on the Heat today. The public on the Warriors. We got the public on the Golden Knights tonight. The public on the Blackhawks money line. Public on the Oilers. The public on the Coyotes. They're on the Flames money line. Bruins. Rangers. Penguins. 99% is on the Blue Jackets. The money's on the Avalanche tonight. The money's on the Canucks tonight. And then the money's on the Kings tonight. Then the college football here. A lot of people, or 63% is on the Maryland plus the spread there. We got 69% of the money on Oklahoma minus the spread. 53% of the money on Rutgers plus 20. 82% of the money on Bama minus 44, which is a pretty big number. 72% of the money on Monroe plus 37.5 against Ole Miss. 72% of the money on Miami money line at home. Uh, 74% of the money on Arizona at home. Yo, appreciate the sub. Appreciate the sub. Appreciate the sub, Matt. We got 57% of the money on Iowa -3 at home. 75% of the money on Georgia -9.5. We got 69% of the money on on North Carolina +7.5. 72% of the money on Minnesota +27.5. 73% of the money on Houston +7. Then 73% of the money on Auburn minus the points. 53% of the money on Arizona State +24.5. 79% of the money on Kansas -10. 81% of the money on Florida +10.5. 73% of the money on Oregon State -1. And then 61% of the money on Iowa State +7.5. And yeah, that's going to do it here, guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Good luck with your picks today. So much action on the board. Hope you guys all cash out today. A lot of great action. And I hope you guys hit your parlays. If you done, I did have a teaser that I'm rolling out, 4-team teaser. Posted it on my channel. If you want to ride the teaser with me, hopefully we get a nice teaser win today. And I'm going to be bringing out the premium Discord service here, hopefully tomorrow or in the next few days. And so definitely go in and get in there to get all my plays and to join the community in there. So I'd love to have you guys in there. And I'll start doing live streams in there as well as a nice perk. So yeah, good luck today, guys. Hope you guys all cash out. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.